All right, guys, welcome back for another episode. I'm here with the guys at Gyeon. Got Blair back there doing all the work, so his boss is watching this. He might need a raise. And then we have the spokesman of one of the spokesmen of Gyeon USA. He was working hard the last video, but Reed, what do we have going on in this video? It's different, obviously, than the first video, right? Because the first video was a decon, right?
Yes.
And what are we doing today?
So first we did the wash, the decon, got the car prepared for paint correction, is what we're doing now. Basically what we're doing is removing all the oxidation that was on this car, and there was a good amount of it, as well as most of the scratches that's in the clear coat of the paint. But the real important reason that we're doing this step for is to make sure that the ceramic coating that we're going to apply next, once this is done, is bonding directly to the clear coat. That means that the ceramic coating is going to have the absolute best bond and therefore the longest lasting results.
Yeah, and then we were just looking at some portions of the paint. There's definitely some spotting with, you know, prior watermarks and all that stuff.
Yes.
So now you're going through multiple stages, right? Sometimes you may have to do a two-stage, but you're taking all that stuff off. And you could definitely tell from the pad. Oh yeah. The pad is definitely getting a little bit, I guess you could say, dirty, you know, because there's only so much.
This is what a new one looks like.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see it on camera.
Yep.
Easily. So again, Blair's working his magic, and we're gonna take you guys throughout the process. And I think in the next video, right, the ceramic coating video, because we could talk a lot more about that. Some people that are trying to do it themselves, the DIYers, right, there's multiple things you should know about.
Yes,
Not driving it, right, for about a day, right?
Yeah, you typically want to leave the car inside for about 24 hours. Even though technically you can do 12 hours, we recommend a day. You want to protect the car from any sort of water for about a week, and you don't want to wash the car. You don't want to introduce any chemicals to the car for a week, but ideally 2 weeks. Yeah,
we'll definitely get a little more into detail with that video because, again, we want to showcase the proper steps of basically if you were to do it yourself.
Yes.
And again, this car isn't that bad, but it's about to get perfect.
Yes. So this side hasn't been touched. This is the side that we just washed and decontaminated. This side has had the two-step correction that the whole car will be getting. You can see all the spider webbing and stuff on this side. The haze is still there from the oxidation. And it's pretty easy to see all of that stuff that just happens from normal washing and stuff. You know, there are steps you can take to prevent that, but this side, the clarity's there, the color's better, a lot more of that. This car has a good amount of like orange flake in this color, so a lot of that's actually popping out a lot more easily. And this is just the paint correction. This is before the ceramic coating that's gonna add gloss on top of that.
Yeah, so we haven't used the painter's tape because I don't have painter's tape at home, but you can definitely see where the difference is, right? Yeah. Where Blair worked hard to get this area nice.
Yeah.
And you can see all those spiderweb hazing marks. And again, that's all from maybe the person previously didn't use the 2-bucket method and maybe not the proper steps. And over time, this is gonna happen regardless, right? You can't really do much. You could try to prevent a lot of it and help it. But
what helps prevent that is a ceramic coating or also a paint protection film if that's an option. But the ceramic coating will help prevent all that stuff from coming onto your paint over time.
Yeah, and it's not too bad, but there is, you know, it needed to be done.
Yeah, this is a low mileage car, you know. And when talking about a car that's over 100,000 miles, that is 4 times as bad. So the difference is crazy. But this car is visually in good shape when it was washing outside. When you get an actual like sharp light like this on there, you can see the difference between the two.
Okay, Reed. Quick question.
Yep.
For the ones that are not familiar with Gyeon and the ones that have not used your guys' products, what would you tell them?
Well, we like to really underpromise and overdeliver with our products. So if we claim a coating will do 2 years, it'll generally do more. Think of it as BMW horsepower. Also, our company is really focused on the cool aspects of the car community, you know, visually stimulating stuff. We're also literally just a group of car guys. If you come visit our office, the parking lot's just BMWs. Like we're car guys, so we understand car culture and everything, but also all of our products do exactly what they say. None of them should be intimidating, even though some of the processes are, but they shouldn't be. It's all easy to use. Anyone can do it really if you just take the time to learn the simple steps and a couple tips and tricks. So it's all just accessible stuff that works exactly as we say it does.
Yeah, that's good. And I can tell you this, I've used their products because, you know, luckily I had my hand in share of using every single thing from like wheel cleaner, wheel ceramics to, again, I actually love their detail spray, which I'm gonna show you guys shortly. This stuff here, I'm telling you, I've talked a lot about Bead Maker. These are the new boys on the block because this leaves no streaks. Bead Maker, for myself, my experience, they tend to streak on very humid days, and also is very difficult to take off. This does not have that issue. One thing too is it smells really good too. And actually, it has a ceramic in it, right? So this does last longer than a detail spray.
Yep, it's basically just a little bit longer lasting detail spray. This one adds like that slickness, that nice smooth feel when using with the towel. It's also a great drying aid. It's gonna add gloss. It does have some SiO2 in it, so it is technically a ceramic product you're putting on there.
So I highly recommend, if you guys haven't tried any of their products, this would probably be one of the first products you should maybe test out and give it a go if you guys are hesitant. All right, so now that we have the compound done on the E92 M3, Blair is gonna start with the next step, right? The polish.
Yep.
And this is really gonna bring out the shine of the Melbourne Red. And I think he did some test spots and I was blown away. Absolutely. So I'm gonna let the man work and enjoy the B-roll. And Reed's gonna help
wipe up his trails.
Yeah, wipe up his mess. All right, guys, we have Reed here. We're gonna talk about their ceramic coating and something that I haven't used yet. It is
Pure Evo.
Okay.
Yep. This is gonna be, well, the reason we chose this coating for this car specifically is this is gonna be the most glossy coating, the most glossy single layer coating in our lineup. This one's an SiO2 base, so it has great chemical resistance. So if you're in areas with let's say a lot of salt on the roads and stuff like that, this is gonna be a great choice for you. This one's gonna bead really nicely, but the gloss on this is nuts for a single layer coating, so that's kind of why we chose it for this specific application. This one's also gonna be great to use on trim and stuff like that. So it's gonna be very fitting for this car that's essentially gonna be a show car.
Yeah, and you mentioned salt, right? Because the person that wins this car could live up in the tri-state.
You never know, yeah.
Colorado, California.
Yep.
If you do live in California, don't worry, we have the stock exhaust for you to put back on, because I know your state doesn't like that. But Reed, some of the major benefits is what you talked about.
Yep.
But one of the major benefits for people like you that are watching this is that it's super easy to apply.
Super easy, yeah.
Right?
Any DIY enthusiast could do it, and we'll walk through the application in a second, but it's gonna be just a couple steps, and there's obviously some stuff that you need to pay attention to while doing it. And I like to work in shoulder width areas, like just a little section. You don't wanna do like a whole hood all at once, because that's just causing more chance for risk and more chance for you to miss a high spot, which will show up clearly on a nicely paint corrected car.
All right, just to give you guys a quick walk around the car, you could definitely tell how much more gloss this car has. And when I tell you that this car was in great shape, it was in great shape, but the paint definitely needed some love, right? I'm telling you guys, this looks like a brand new car now. The only thing I will say though, obviously with 32,000 miles and a previous owner that didn't PPF the front, you will have your typical rock chips here and there. But one of the best things is now it's protected. You're gonna prevent any further damage when it comes to surface rust, things like that, and be able to clean it properly. One of the biggest changes, if you guys haven't seen the previous video, right, is actually the carbon fiber roof. The carbon fiber roof right now has that look where it looks, to me, in my eyes, looks brand new. Before, on certain lighting occasions, you would see like that yellow haze. But the team here has actually worked on getting this actually looking really good. And Blair is working on just getting this panel all coated. And again, the main thing is that it's very easy to use. Somebody that's not confident, don't be, right? And you know, it's gonna be easy. And it's gonna be easy to come off, so you don't have to worry about any high spots. That's one of the best things about their products.
I will also say that we do have a specific coating called 1EVO that is going to be a little bit more friendly for your first time doing the ceramic coating.
Okay.
That one, the wipe off's going to be a little bit easier than this one. This one's not difficult by any means, but it's just that much easier, and that's a 2-year single layer coating.
Good to know, good to know. But Blair, I know I asked Reed in the previous video, right? What motivates you in life? You know, and I think a lot of us have different types of motivation. And someone that's watching this video that's looking for the extra motivation, you know, what do you have to say? What motivates you?
Something that's really big in my life is family. I love people. I adore meeting new people, experiencing new things, doing new things. So what keeps me going is there's still more people to meet, and there's still more things to go do, places to see. And I want to do that in my life. I feel like that would give me purpose. So that's what pushes me every day. Is I want to keep going. It feels like I'm doing something exciting, and working in the car industry. I mean, everybody is like a big family here. I mean, especially the BMW community.
No, absolutely agree. And I can tell you this, we've been chatting on Instagram and stuff, right? And, you know, here and there. Mm-hmm. And meeting you, and, you know, I haven't met you on the previous shows. It just felt like we knew each other, right?
Yep.
It's just so crazy how, you know, BMW community, Instagram kind of puts people together. And this is a good example, right? And also you guys seeing this whole process, you get to see the face behind the Instagram name. And so this is Blair from Gyeon, and you've seen Reed earlier. He's been doing a lot of the talking portions of the videos. But it's good to put the face to the IG handle, and also, you know, just meeting new people. It's what's cool about life, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
How you feeling, Reed?
Good.
Looks so
We're getting there.
concentrated. You look so
Oh,
concentrated. How tired are you? How tired are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like a 6.7.
Okay. Good.
But I mean,
good.
that's just detailing a car properly like this. It's physically exhausting. It is.
I agree.
Even though I haven't even been doing all the work. Blair's been doing most of the physical work.
Yeah.
Mentally processing over it.
I haven't been doing any of the work. I've been holding the camera and recording for you guys, but if you guys are watching this,
work. That's the most important work.
if you guys are watching this, that means I've edited hours and hours of these videos, so I am putting in work. But again, it's been fun. I always enjoy, documenting these type of videos and bringing it to the channel. And the ones that are interested into detailing, again, this is pretty cool, right? Because you're actually able to see a different method of working this type of ceramic coating or even detailing. So I'm gonna let them continue to work, enjoy the B-roll. And if you guys haven't watched the previous videos, definitely check those out. And I'm excited to actually see this car done because tomorrow they're gonna be coming back to my house to actually get the interior all cleaned up and also coated. So again, I'm gonna reiterate, whoever's getting this car, hats off to you. I'm sure you deserve it, but please take care of it because these guys worked very hard on making sure it's solid. So obviously the coating's on there, but Reed, there's some certain things that you shouldn't do, right? So obviously you shouldn't wash the car for about 2 weeks.
Yep. Yeah, generally we say 7 to 14 days you shouldn't wash the car, but we like to err on the side of caution, so 14 days is ideal. This car needs to sit inside or a very controlled space for at least 12 hours, but because of that, we typically just recommend a day sitting inside. And after that, you can take the car out, but you have to be cautious of any sort of water that would get on it. If there is water that gets on the surface, you want to dry it immediately. But then there's also some quicker products that you can put as that sacrificial layer on top, which we'll probably use our ceramic detailer for. We also sell Cure, which is actually a wipe-on sealant for that exact reason. But typically a day inside to have it ready to go outside, and then 2 weeks before you wash it. It's the two time limits that we say to do for ceramic coatings.
All right, guys, it's 8:01 p.m. These guys got here at 8:30 this morning, so they've been working very hard, with obviously a lunch break because we have to eat. But
Get that grub.
Reed, now we're basically just making sure all the coating's off, right? You're doing a final walkthrough.
Yeah, just double checking, make sure that none of the excess coating is still on the surface. So it would show up as a high spot, which is essentially like a dark area that you'd see on here. So we're just gonna do kind of a final walk around. You wanna check a lot of the joints and the areas where maybe your working area met a different one. And just make sure that this thing is looking clean and as fresh as it can.
But this thing's looking like glass, like red glass, right? Every single surface has been coated, minus the windows, because that's gonna be done tomorrow. These gentlemen here are gonna probably get back to the Airbnb, get some rest, get some food in the system, and just answer all the DMs on their accounts in reference to the questions they have daily. But the work doesn't stop. They'll be here tomorrow. They're gonna be doing the wheel coating on the BBS CIRs. And we're also gonna be filming a video about the interior, right?
Yep, yeah, tomorrow we're gonna tackle the interior. We're gonna put leather shield in the seat, which is our leather ceramic coating, as well as finishing up the exterior ceramic coating with doing the wheels.
And then some people that don't know, we'll talk about it in that leather shield video, that you could actually use that on your sneakers.
That's something that's so underrated. You get some fresh J's, put it on there. They're gonna be so easy to clean, especially if they're white. It's the move. It affects the color none, and it just locks in that fresh new look on shoes. It's definitely the move.
To be honest, I'm actually gonna use that. I learned about it today. I'm gonna use that on some of my favorite sneakers. And if you guys listen to this, it's dual purpose. So if your wife asks you, hey, why did you spend money on leather shield? I got it for your shoes, honey.
Yeah.
And my shoes too.
I mean, we've seen it put on Gucci bags.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's a versatile product for sure.
So again, there's products that these guys and the team at Gyeon innovate. And yeah, other than that, we'll see you guys tomorrow. So stay tuned.